You ask me, I think the Bayern move, he listened to the move. But the thing was, I think PSG came involved and might not wanted to let him go. Because PSG was like, no, when he does the development, he might have to come back to us and see some of that, you know, like enjoy some of that growth. And that's what I think happened to him. But then he made the choice. Leipzig was open. He feels comfortable there. He knows what he did last season. I'm going to stay again because if not, I keep on floating to different clubs. And that hurts my career. He needs comfort. He's where he is. He feels good, plays great football. And after that, he has to make a decision because you want to stop being around, you know, being owned by somebody. And then they loan you out to different teams. You got to stop with that because that's not going to help your career.
Meanwhile, one player who looks like he is on the move, £60 million is the cost for Marc Guehi to move from Crystal Palace to Newcastle. Don, of course, Newcastle, one of the number of teams that you support. Are you excited by this?
Not really.
Wow.
Not really. Not because the kid's not a good player. They signed Newcastle Lloyd Kelly on a free transfer. They got Sven Botman, got Fabian Schär. So that's a lot of money to try and spend on a player that, yes, potentially is a good player. But he might not get in the team. So why?
Oh, he's got to get in the team if you spend if you spend 60 million on a player in Newcastle.
This is my point. This is my point.
Then you've got to play him. You've got to start.
Why, Dan? Ahead of Schär and Botman?
Yes.
I mean, I know. No.
Well, if you're the board...
No, you're just looking at the number.
Of course, everybody's looking at the number.
But you're not listening to my point. My point is, why would you spend 60 million on a player?
But obviously, they believe he will start, or else they wouldn't spend that money.
Well, then I don't think it's a particularly smart signing. I think you could spend that money elsewhere.
Stevie, you think it's going to be a disaster? What do you think?
I don't think it's a disaster.
You can't spend 60 million on a defender and not play him. I mean,
Yeah,
you can't.
yeah, he's going to start.
You ain't going to start.
If I'm
not when
if I own the club,
of course he's going to start. Don, he's spending 60 million on him.
Well, you obviously haven't seen Fabian Schär and Sven Botman when they've been fit together.
But somebody has seen.
Particularly great last year.
Yeah,
though.
but
no, he's done his ACL.
No.
Yeah.
No, but
if I'm the owner of the club,
Botman stayed at home for the Euros. Guy went to the Euros.
ACL.
So that is already one step ahead of him.
He done his ACL.
Yeah, but no.
Well, he did.
I feel like a bet coming on.
60.
No, Sven Botman done his ACL. So did Jamal.
It's on. It's on.
But somebody has seen something that you haven't.
No.
Obviously.
No, I'm not saying the kid's not a good player.
No, but you're saying he won't start, but he will start.
Well, Liverpool will link with him as well.
Well, what's that got to do with anything?
No, because they see a player in him. I know he's a good player.
Right.
I just look at Newcastle and I think that's a lot of money for competition where Newcastle are quite strong when everyone's fit. It's a strong position that Newcastle have got. Fabian Schär and Sven Botman, when they were fit together, unbelievable partnership. They just signed Lloyd Kelly on a free transfer from Bournemouth.
The problem is, Don, it's 2 years ago, and he has done his ACL. You know, that's 2 years in football is a long time, and doing an ACL as well, and also the 60 mil. If I'm the owner,
Would you take him at Liverpool?
If I'm the owner,
Take him at Liverpool.
yeah,
Would you?
yeah. If I'm the owner,
Is he going to play for Liverpool ahead of Kwanzaa, Kanate and Van Dijk?
no, he'll play with Van Dijk.
What, ahead of Kwanzaa and Kanate?
Yeah. But if I'm the owner of the club and I give you 60 million and go and buy a guy, and then I come at the home game and I sit down in my chair and the guy sat on the bench, you're going,
Yeah.
hold on a second.
Yeah.
Why do we pay 60 million for this guy?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all right. Mario's face is it.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
It doesn't make sense for me to buy that. Yeah, what Stevie said. No, 60 mil for a guy just to put him on. No, at least even if, let's say, you understand what Dan say. Let's say he doesn't get the start. Maybe he says, right. But you're gonna give him the opportunity, the chance at least. Because if you're going to pay that money, anybody of us went to a new club, at least we get the beginning of the season he's going to give it to us. And if we then prove it...
But I think you're missing my point. My point isn't he's £60 million he's not going to start. My point is he's got unbelievable competition for places. Why would you spend that amount of money when you've got players in that position already?
But they're going to spend
like I mentioned to Liverpool.
He's going to play, and that's that.
Okay.
Let's get further completed transfers, are we? These are definitely going ahead. João Neves, a lot of money, isn't it, that PSG are going to spend for him from Benfica. That is a €70 million deal done. Meanwhile, Nicholas Füllkrug is going to make the move to West Ham from Borussia Dortmund for only 27 million. West Ham learning their lessons not to get players from the Italian league, but from elsewhere.